Check, check, check. Sounds good. All right. Looks like some of you guys are rolling in. Let me turn this up a little bit. That one. I think it's that one. Sweet. All right. What do we got? It's just me in the booth today, Chan. Of course, I'm always open to free money. Anyways, today we got a Friday night fight. Don't think we had a day one. I don't think we had one, our typical one at noon today. I think they had to cancel last minute. I'm not sure exactly the specifics behind that, but we do have this one. This is on the bar box. It is a race to 17, 10 ball. Early 10s allowed. There is 3 foul. It's going to be winner break. 2,000 in the middle. Both players posting up $1,000 each. And here we go. Jessica, how you doing? I'm sure you're excited about your Bills playing the Chiefs for what, the third year in a row? They must have already flipped or lagged or whatever it may be. So it looks like Joe's breaking first. Not really doing the traditional 10 ball break. He's breaking almost a diamond off the center. So we'll see if that works for him. Oh, Chan, I love these bets. Well, oh man, I'll tell you what. I think this is a coin toss. I think Jason can win. I think Joe can win, and I think either one on a given day, if they're both playing well, can win handily. But if you want to make if you want to make that bet, Joe just came over to me and he seemed extremely confident. So I'll take Joe McCreary if you want to do that. And that's not me saying that I don't think Jason can win this thing 17-5 or Joe can win this thing 17-5. I mean, either one of these guys can run away for it. I actually expect a really close match today, so I will take Joe just for the fun of it, just for the coin toss. Anyways, oh, nice little. Thank you, Chan. I really appreciate you, brother, man. Love those bets. Jessica says the Bills are gonna get the Chiefs. Yeah, we'll see. Sounds like you guys are fighting against the refs from everything I see online, so I don't know. Decent little two-way shot there, I think, from Jason. I think his idea was if he missed the side, his cue ball was going to be behind the be behind the 10-7, but it was easy to hook himself behind the 10. So yeah, he's just coming off the side of it, trying to play safe. But Joe's got a chance to run these out here. Both players I got here around 6 o'clock, about an hour ago. Both these players were practicing on the table before I got here, and they looked like they were pretty settled in, so they might have been here for some time. So I expect them to be in full stroke coming into this thing. Whereas you got some guys, it's not a move, right? I mean, you call it what you want. It's not a move, but I know there's a few guys that like to walk in the door about 17 seconds before the match starts, and sometimes I feel like it's to get in the other player's head a little bit. I think it's funny. I'm not saying anything, but uh, definitely not the case with these guys. And then first big mistake there from Joe. That's the thing about these. Can't make late mistakes here, especially in rotation. He's got I want to say an easy 3 ball out. He was trying to draw the cue ball, miss the 9, and come around for the 9 on the side. Trying to do a lot with that cue ball. It kind of came out of his stroke a little there, Jason. And now Joe's got a 3 ball out. I expect a little back and forth here with the cue ball. Yep, just like that. Good shot there. Really good shot. Good speed control. Obviously comfortable with the speed on the table. Should be, like Tim says, should be an easy duck duck goose out here. Didn't want to be on the rail, but should be just fine. And first game looks like it is going to Joe. Assuming the 10 ball drops. There you go. All right. I say it all the time, and I apologize for sounding like a broken record, but nope. Hold on. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. But anyways, I am manually keeping score, so try to keep me honest if I fall behind a little bit. Like we've mentioned 100 times over, I digital pool when we run the big tournaments. Sometimes I get a little accustomed to the players adjusting the score a little bit. So what's up, brother man? How are you? Roger Craig's appearance. Slight break off center. Remember, early tens are a thing. Didn't hang in the pocket there though, but I'm always curious where the numbers come from. Sometimes you've seen the race to 21, you've seen a race to 17, you've seen a race to 13, you've seen a race to 15. I was always curious where, how they settle on the numbers that they do. The match that I played on Friday Night Fights right before I proceeded to get absolutely waxed was kind of predetermined for me, and I just said yes, sure thing. But I've always wondered if there's a little back and forth about the number, if it's too long, if it's too short, whatever it may be. Obviously, on the bar box, things tend to go a little bit quicker. Like that shot there from Jason. Didn't try to do too much with the cue ball. Just rolled it forward for the four on the side. Sometimes you see players draw it to the side rail and out, but just held it there. I don't know if that eight got in the way though. Yeah, prime example of needing to do your footwork. He shot that shot, kind of walked in the line of the cue ball like he had assumed he had to look at the five. Got to walk around the table. John Smith taught me that a while back when I was in the 550s, 560s. He told me you'd be a much better player if you did more footwork, Justin. And I'll tell you what, I took that to heart. I didn't. Nobody ever accuses me of being too quick now. Yeah, he's gonna be calling the 10. I wonder if he's got a full look at it. Almost got a. I don't think. Can he carry him off the side of it, or is he gonna bank the five? Yeah, he's trying to carry him off the side of it. It's so commonly a double kiss from that angle. That's the only reason I hesitate on a carom from that distance and the five as close to the rail as it was. Jason doesn't have to do anything too cute here. You can just roll forward and shoot the seven in the corner. I like that. You run into trouble when you move your cue ball around the table sometimes, I believe. He looks pretty good from here. And Cheryl Ford says, "Good luck, Jason." Got some family of Jason in the chat. Watching from the YouTube side, which is imagine on the big screen right now. I think that's awesome. That's why we started streaming on YouTube. It seems that it's a much easier process to get it on the big screen. And if this 10 ball goes down, it looks like you can tie this thing up 1-1. Yep, there it is. All right, race to 16 from here. Score updated. Josh. Josh S. I would say your last name. I don't know how to pronounce Sotelo. Says, is Molina going to be in Vegas? Oh, man. Okay, so I'm assuming you think I'm Joey Ryan. I get that all the time. I guess I sound like him on stream. We don't sound anything alike in person, but I'm not Joey Ryan, so I am not sure if Molina Mike's gonna be in Vegas. I would imagine. I only laugh. I'm not laughing at. I'm laughing at my. It's a running joke back here. I get it all the time. Yeah, Jason with a little bit more of the traditional break from the center, trying to make those second balls on the side. Didn't quite get there that time. Philip Sanchez. Wish I knew these guys. Don't have any inclination on who to bet on. Um, well, I will tell you this. We got Jason. I do believe Jason is out. Gosh, is he in Buckeye? Does play. You're going to see him a little bit more at JJ's. Really good player. Plays a lot of the chip tournaments over there. I do believe he's played league in the past at JJ's. I'm not sure anymore because I'm not out of there anymore, but definitely a solid player. Definitely in contention. So Todd, when he runs his leagues out there, um, he has these awards for, Fargo ranges like 500 to 550 and 551 to 600 and all that good stuff. Um, Jason's the kind of guy. Give me 1 second. Tim's coming. Oh yeah, I got it. But he's always in contention for the Fargo range side money at the end of the season. He's definitely playing. Could argue a little above his level at his Fargo. The one thing I will say, and this isn't a dig. We've all dealt with it, and I've dealt with it myself. The one person that beats Jason is a lot is Jason. Sometimes he's very animated out there a little bit, and sometimes if he loses a couple racks, I don't want to say loses, but if he gives away a couple racks in a row, sometimes he's fighting with his emotions a little bit to come back around and get back in the game. We've seen him visually frustrated in the past. Seems to be doing a lot better recently, but like I've done it. He's done it. We've all been there, but something to look out for there. And then Joe McCreary, big gambler, definitely plays some good bar box rotation. You're gonna see him a lot more at Metro. He plays a lot of the tournaments out of there. He plays a little bit out of JJ's. Solid player, real confident player, and he loves the action. So if that provides you any feedback or any background information, that's as much as I know about them. Both, I guess I could call them friends or yeah, trying to play safe on the six. I've known these guys a long time. I'd call them both friends of mine. Hmm. Jake Mulville says, "Come to game time fish poop." Oh, sounds like good old Bobby Thomas is watching the stream now, trying to get underneath and shoot the 5-10 combo. Just ran into the six and it got in the way. If anybody's looking in the comments, it looks like Philip Sanchez is down for $100 bet, but he's looking for motivation. So if anybody out there is looking for him, Evan says go get him, Jason. Got a few Jason fans so far. Man, doesn't want to get stuck behind a seven. That'll work. Made it much. I was about to say made it much more playable, but it might not come into play after this 6-10 combo. And he's going to call it. 10's just awkward enough. You do have to cut the 10 a little with the 6. You hit it full, it will rattle up a little bit, so it's not automatic. Yeah, it is when you hit it like that. Great shot there from Joe. Joe going up 2-1. Like I mentioned at the beginning, early 10s, definitely in play. Bobby, how you doing, brother man? He says come to game time. I say come to bullshitters. Bobby Thomas says I'll take Joe for 100. Philip Sanchez, I think this is gonna be a close match if you are inclined to take that. If you're inclined to take Jason, there is a bet out there for you. Joe going up 2-1. Frank Parker says Get it, Joe. Represent. Got a Joe fan now. I've heard a lot from friends and family pulling for Jason. Looks like the Joe crowd rolling in. Rich Moon, how are you doing, brother? How you doing, Nico? Man, kind of looked like he was playing maybe safe there and trying to use the three. Philip says, "Gosh, I wish I could just say it on stream. I can't." But anyways, Philip says he will, Bobby. If you want to take Joe, he will take. He'll take Jason for $100. All you got to do is confirm if you're still there, Bobby. I will. I'll let you guys know. Right. Bobby Thomas says confirmed. You guys are in action. Yeah, he said he just wants to see Bobby play junior in the future. Oh, look at that. Stirring it up, are you, Philip? Oh, now Philip's got a chance to watch. I know he loves action. Now I mentioned it in one of my streams prior with Tim back there, Tim back here, but I was like, you know, Arizona loves action. We love watching pool. We love the Friday night fights back in the day when Junior was running it, Junior Flores, and now that Tim's more or less taking it over, it's a lot of fun to see the action again. That's Oz. Oz, I hate that joke so much. Oz Avila says everyone who drives a Ford is pulling for Jason. That that's mildly frustrating there, Oz. I gotta tell you, man, that there's not too many jokes that physically hurt, but that one was pretty close. All right. Bobby says baby table only, so Bobby says he might take him on. Philip, you want to try and set that up? I'm sure Junior's got a lot of heart. And old Joe's gonna be a little jacked up on this 8 ball here. Or no, Jason, I mean. Zero Ford says Ferrari. Mike Wynn, how you doing, brother man? Oh, that's a good shot, being jacked up on that 8 like that. Really a bit unfortunate to bump that 6. He was going to be lined up on the side pretty well. Yeah, he made it. A lot of body movement there from Jason. He tends to tends to rear its head when you shoot a difficult shot. I know, at least for myself. Sometimes I move a little bit. Yeah, definitely some body movement there from Jason. If you go back and watch this, Jason, I've mentioned this a couple times in the past with other players. I I'm a nobody, but I personally like to see maybe be a little bit more stoic over the ball. Wait for that ball to hit the back of the pocket before you kind of jump up on it. It's starting to appear on the more difficult shots. Yeah, not what you wanted there. This is a ball in hand, 3 ball out here for Jason. Pretty routine if you can get on this 9 ball good. It's a it's a touch awkward there for Jason. I think he's super thrilled about position there, but yeah, that's kind of what I mean. He's all about shape on that 9. I like a fuller look on the 9. Obviously, under or over rolled it. Not sure which corner pocket he was playing for. That's a big miss, though. Kind of snuck its way in, dusted its feet off on the way into the pocket. And that one is going to go to Joe. Bit of a gift there. It should be a 2-2 match, but Joe going up 3-1. As a pool player myself, you get gifts like that. Even though win or lose, you don't feel good about it. You get an easy 2-ball out, you get a pocket hanger and a 10 straight in the side. An opportunity at the table you didn't quite expect. Yeah, it's a formality to close them out, but I don't think you quite get that serotonin or dopamine response that you typically get from running the last 4 or 5 balls or whatever it is. I don't know. Try to pretend like I know what that means. Well, Tim Daniels got a pretty cool thing going on over there. I'm not sure. It's a, I think it's a 9-ball chip ring game. It's either a bank chip ring game or it's a 9-ball chip ring game. And then one table is going to be 500 and under, and the other table is going to be 600 and under. And I'm a little surprised you don't see a lot of players on the 600 and under. You don't see a lot of players close to that 600 range, kind of mid 500s, low 500s, but they're all got a decent showing over there. He pointed at something. I'm not sure. Guess you can see this one. Yeah, I think it was kind of a just in case call on the 10 ball there. Getting back to this too ain't easy. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jason either play safe or maybe even move the 10 a little bit. He's looking like he's trying to get on the 2. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. There was a lot of traffic going that way. He knows it. That's going to be a really good shot there from Jason. See an edge of the 2 coming off the right side. From the distance he was at, it's not easy to feather the right side of that 2. And he made it look easy. Sitting at about 50 right now, so I just, we were at 15 to 20 to get this thing started, so I'll run through it again. 10 ball, early 10s allowed. There is 3 foul. So race to 17, 1,000. Both players putting up $1,000. Winter break, and something else I was going to mention. I don't remember. Oh yeah, it is on a bar box. Sometimes on stream it's a little difficult to judge. I know people ask about that from time to time. It is a bar box this time. I know we more often than not do it on the 9-footers. Oh, look at Philip stirring it up, man. I love it. I like to stir it up a little myself from time to time. I wonder if he called the 5. I don't know if it's wired, but I wonder if he called it. He may have. Yeah. Anyways, going back to Philip's comment in the chat. Do you want to shout out Philip? He's been extremely supportive of the stream, and he's I'll say exclusively the reason we get to keep going and doing these Friday night fights, but definitely a big part of it. Thank him again, and also wanted to stir up the action a little bit, which if you guys know me at all, I'm a big fan. But anyways, he says, I don't know Jason, but I'm a big Jason guy right now. Love that. Um, and he says he's talked to Junior, and Junior says he's not scared. I know Bobby's a big bar box guy. I think it's contingent on the bar box, but it sounds like we got a match of brewing. Jake Mulville says if they get tied, I'll take Joe if anyone wants action. Well, that's contingent on the match being tied. So I'll shout you out if we get a little closer there. See if I can stir something up. Joe is one of the more aggressive players. He is pretty good at banking balls. He doesn't mind moving the cue ball a little bit, and that's a great shot. Bobby Thomas says he's a great player. We can definitely get to talking. Maybe if Cheryl's still in the chat, maybe you can help me out a little bit. Jason still have does he still have the table at home? No, he was playing a lot at his house. I think my brother went over to his place to shoot some balls a few times over. Yeah, tough to get there from there. Really had to widen that cue ball out. It's almost you almost gotta like the pocket kind of got in the way. You almost gotta mass it into the rail so that English takes more. And I don't know if that was available where the 9 ball was at. So I don't want to get too close to that 5. This might work out. A little back cut. We can hold the cue ball. I'm not sure. I think he's awfully thin on this 5. This cue ball's on the rail. The 5 ball's good inch or two off. Well, Joe's got to be pretty careful of not scratching here on the other side. Yeah, it seemed like a bit of a miscue there. Literally. I know that's a figurative term that people use all the time. No, that's a miscue on the cue ball. Joe says yes, so he's definitely still playing at home a lot. A lot of pool playing at home and JJ's. Pretty familiar with how much he plays at JJ's. I've seen him a lot down there. Definitely had his fair share of success, and that's a big miss there from Jason. That kind of surprised me. I'm not sure if something maybe got in the way there. That was a little uncharacteristic for sure. Oh, Jake Mulville's chirping a little bit in the chat. Says I'll play the loser for 500 Friday night fights. Give the losing player a chance to get half their money back. No. Well, Joe kind of let that one go a little bit. I'm curious if he's going to try and. No, he's going for the bank. I wonder if he's got a two-way bank in mind. You bank it short, leave it in the middle of the rail, or yeah, you don't want to bank that wide because more often than not you sell it out. Kind of like that. Obviously, this isn't easy for Jason, but the way to bank that is a little bit short, just in case you miss it. Sometimes you leave it on a middle diamond down there, and you make it tough on Jason. Now Jason's got a chance to run these out. A little awkward on the 9, though. Oh, that's a bank shot there from Jason. That's gonna, if I know anything about Philip, that's gonna get the veins going a little bit. Bam, what a good shot. And Jason forcing his way back in this thing. Turning his 1 into a crooked number, 3-2. Well, thank you so much. You're not even working and you're working. Hit, my man, how you doing? You would appreciate it if somebody in the chat earlier asked if Molina Mike was going to be down in Vegas when we go down there, and I'm like, no way, this is happening right now. I loved it though. I do get that a little bit. Anybody who's watched me knows I get confused for Joey Ryan almost on every stream, which is a compliment, I guess, to me, but also I'd like to get to the point where someday somebody mistakes Joey Ryan for me. I'm just kidding. That actually happened once. I got tagged in like a pro stream, which was cool. I have no business on the pro stream, so I got tagged in a pro stream, and I was like, "What in the world?" And I click on my notification on Facebook, and it was like Justin Ray, is that you? It was like somebody I had never met before. I'm like, "Oh, this is awesome." So it was kind of funny. Cheryl says, "Nice." Yes, it was a nice. Judged the bank well. Not easy to judge, especially when that cue ball's on the rail and you can't really see the. A lot of players use the diamonds to bank balls in the side pocket. I know myself. I definitely use it as a little bit of a confirmation for what I feel. But especially when the cue ball's on the bottom rail, you don't get to quite see the diamonds on the side rail. So he judged it well. It was definitely a combination of feel and shooting this 210 here. Man, he sure is. Decent effort, but not gonna get it done. Anyways, enough about the bank shot. We all know it was a good one. Philip, 210, yes, early tens are allowed. I mentioned that a little bit earlier. They're gonna early tens, 3 foul, um, winter break. Obviously, you guys have seen a little bit of that. All the good stuff on the bar box here on table 11 over here at Bullshooters. I guess this would be a good time. This could be a good segue to shout them out. But thank you, Bullshooters, for letting us host these Friday night fights. A lot of times on the pit table. Sometimes over here on 11 and what is it, 11 and 12 over here on the bar boxes. Well, Joe looks pretty good from here. It's just keeping control of the cue ball and getting from the 8 to the 9 is the only thing I'm looking at from here. Really like that stroke there from Joe. Pretty decent follow through, and he shot it in with confidence, which he does a lot, especially when he's playing well. Like that as well. Definitely left an angle on the 8, making the 8 to the 9 much easier. I think too many players get a little too straight on that 8 ball and are forced to either bank it or draw up table and take an angle on the 9 or whatever else. But Joe's definitely the kind of player planning 2, 3, 4 shots ahead, depending on the layout. Trying to draw beyond the 10. Oh, yeah, didn't call on the side there, and he's going to leave an opportunity for Jason. Jason's going to be awfully thin on this 9. I wouldn't be surprised. He may be able to hold this. I don't love the bank here. Jason is a little bit of a banker. I don't love the bank. I like cutting this, but I think if you try to hold this, if you try to hold your cue ball, I like coming back and forth. If you try to hold this, a lot of times you miss it. Trying to, yeah, well, not Jason. He just accepted the angle. Pretty good stroke. Kind of like letting it go a little bit there, coming back and forth, but he was obviously comfortable with it, and he's going to get out from it, and that's going to be 3-3, and that's going to bring well, Jake Mulville into the equation. Jake, if you're in the chat still, I know you mentioned you may want some action on Joe, I believe it was, if Jason ties this thing up. Well, it is currently tied 3-3. So we'll put some feelers out there for you. Action in the chat. 3-3. I want to thank everyone for tuning in on this Friday night. I know a lot of people got some stuff going on, but no place I'd rather be than watching beer and watching beer. I was about to say drinking beer and watching these guys play a little bit of pool. I like both these guys. I sold myself out real quick watching beer. Jake says he's got 50 on Joe. If anyone wants it in the chat, Joe McCreary. See if the window's open for Philip. See if Philip jumps on that a little bit. I know he's quite the action junkie. Of the few outs, Jason's made one or two late mistakes, and Joe's capitalized, but of the few outs that Jason's had, you look at the bank shot, you look at the cut on the 9, and then the cut on the 10 in the last rack. Of the outs that he's had, they haven't been easy. Raj says, thanks for making time from Darts League, Justin. Shut up. We are not doing that right now. Oh my gosh. You guys are frustrating. It's really funny. I posted some. I played my first dart tournament yesterday. It was not good. It was really not good. I started dating a girl that likes playing darts a lot, and I went out there and she's like, "Let's play this dart tournament." And if anybody knows me, I've thrown darts about 50 times. And I was like, you know what? Send it. And it was kind of like when I first got into pool. You realize you think you're decent at something until you meet someone that's actually decent, and you realize how bad you actually are. So that was the fastest 2-and-out tournament I've had in about 6 years of anything. Man, old Joe looks good from here. May have been a touch frustrated with the way the last couple racks went and tie it up. Yeah. Well, a little on the 50-yard line here, but still cutting it to the right. A little full there. He might just give it to him. Yeah, he's sure gonna give it to him. All right. Looks like Jason going up 4-3 there. I would argue, like some people will say, oh, you should have got better shape on the 10 ball there. I would argue that's a fairly common shot in pool. The 10 was close to the spot. The cue ball's kind of on the 50-yard line or in the middle of the table there. You're going to shoot that shot a lot in your life. You got to have that one in your arsenal. I mean, if you miss it from time to time, that's okay, but got to feel good about that one. So, Philip says, wait, has anyone taken Jake on the $50? If so, I'm in. Confirm. Jake, are you still in for the $50? Philip's looking for action. Jason was the first person to ever double dip me in a tournament. He caught a gear I didn't know he had and cleaned it up. Much respect for his game. Good luck, Jason. Yeah, Jason, definitely a force to be reckoned with. Frank says, "Come on, Joe, focus. You got this." A bit of a mistake there from Joe. The shot looks easy on stream, but it's not. You got the cameras and you got a couple people watching the match. Yeah, Jason's broken the balls fairly decent. He really hasn't been rewarded with much of a look on the one recently. You can see him touch frustrated with that. Obviously, he's going to call push here. Don't see him trying to kick at the one by any means. Don't know that he was trying to rub that 7, and this is coming back to him real quick. Well, Joe's just going to give him the finger guns from the chair and say, go ahead. Philip Sanchez, Jake Mulville says he'll confirm if you do. He's in. Yeah, pretty good jump shot there. All right, Philip says bet. Where you at, Philip? You didn't get the hall pass today to come out and hang out with us? I always enjoy seeing you, man. Jake says he works at 3 in the morning, so he probably won't see the end of this. He'll pay you tomorrow if he loses. That's cool with you, Philip. Hmm. No, that's a brutal roll there. Trying to come around. Kind of the line he was taking, it looked like he was always going to have a look on the 3, even if it was a little awkward underneath. Oz talked about action a lot back here, but yeah, I'll shut you out. Oz likes Jason for the cash. Anybody want action? Philip says not tonight. I'll be there next night. I'll be there next Friday night for Junior and Henry. That'll be a good one. Yeah, looks like all the balls are open for Joe here. I like what he's doing. He's slowing down a little bit. Oh, whoa, Joe. Oh, I thought he was gonna shoot it. I can't say anything, but I'm like, man, dude. Mhm. Obviously hasn't moved the cue ball a lot, but pretty good cue ball control so far. Trying to get out of this. Oh, that was a skid for sure. You see the way that cue ball jumped? I'm not sure if you noticed, if he thinks he underran that or what, but that was definitely a skid. That was that high ball. The cue ball jumped on the 6, and it didn't allow him to get on the 7 on the side. Brutal roll there. The cue ball almost climbed all the way up that 6 before it started moving. You see that when the chalk mark on your tip. Oh, that is an incredible recovery there from Joe. If he gets out from here, he deserves it. It happens when that chalk mark on the cue ball hits the contact point on the object ball, and it's just that friction helps the cue ball ride up the object ball. That's what causes those skids and weird throws from time to time. All right, see if Joe can get out of his head a little bit. He's obviously a little frustrated with the way the last few racks went, but he's gonna tie this thing up 4-4. Man, we kind of got a blow for blow situation going here. Joe McCreary went up 3-1. Jason rattled off 2 in a row to make it 3-3. Jason takes his first lead of the match, 4-3, and then Joe answers right back. So 4-4. Ozavila, I sure hope Bullshitter stocked up on beers tonight with these two cats. Yeah, you ain't wrong. I was talking to Joe a little bit. I think he said he was going to take it a little easy, but I think that's funny. A little bit of cash on the line, $1,000 each. A little bit of cash on the side as well, from what I hear. May have underrolled that one a little bit. I think that seven's in the way here. I think something, if you're Joe, something to be kind of weary of. When you have that skid like you did in that last match and the cue ball kind of jumped before it went forward, I think it's definitely worth maybe cleaning the cue ball before your next if you get to break the next rack. Marks don't just go away on their own very easily. It's a little bit of a weird one, and I don't know. Yeah, he's trying to mass A. This is one of those ones, if Tim's in proximity, I usually have him watch it. I can get close like that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely something you want someone to watch. I do believe it was good. It was close. I do believe it was good. It's just yeah. Never really looked like Joe was fully committed on that one. You know, you'd see him, Jason's a little bit more body movement out of Jason, a little bit more animated than Joe, but Joe definitely kind of raised up on that one a little bit coming through. Well, they made it awkward enough, but if Joe chooses to take this four on, I think there's a breakout there with 5-10. Yeah, caught the four a little bit thin or put some unintentional right on it. It looked like he just caught it a little thinner than he intended. That was fairly natural to split up that 5-10. I like that shot if you can get behind the seven. Yeah, looks like he did. Maybe calling the nine with the rail first on the five here. Yeah, sure did. That's a great shot there from Jason. Really well judged. See a lot of players with almost an aiming system on those kicks. Jason's more of an intuitive player, like myself. I don't tend to measure out a whole lot. Sometimes I'll use something to check my work, but he just got down and shot it. This will be quite the answer back if he can run these last two balls, which looks fairly natural. Just roll this forward. I like getting my cue ball off the rail over there a little bit, kind of bounce off, not just like that. Makes it easy. And Jason going up 5-4 once this 10 ball drops. I'm gonna mark it now. I don't mark it early very often, but this one seems fairly safe. Looks like we're up to 60 viewers, 60 active across YouTube and Facebook. Do want to shout out our YouTube stream if you like watching it on the big screen and you got one of those you got YouTube on your TV. Sometimes if you want to watch it on the big screen, it is on Donkey Pool Productions on YouTube and AZ Pool 15 on Facebook, as most of you know, and probably 80% or 90% of our following knows. But if you'd like to help us out a little bit, you can follow Donkey Pool Productions on YouTube. It is a bit newer. I don't want to say newer. We've been at it for some time now on YouTube, but definitely trying to grow our platform over there. So it would help us out a ton, maybe in between racks or after it's all over. If you want to subscribe to us on the YouTube side of things. All right, let's watch the 7 and 8, see if they're tracking towards the sides. Pretty good break. 8 in the side. 7 was close. Look on the 1, maybe? I don't think. Yeah, he's got to look on the 1. He can make it. I like this shot. A little high inside, a little top left, maybe just left. Raj says the Facebook stream is way too choppy. Yeah, we've mentioned it before. It's kind of at the mercy of bar Wi-Fi sometimes. So if it's better for you on YouTube, I would try that out. But maybe you can't see enough of the one. I think he's calling the cross on the one. Looks from here that he can see enough of it, but maybe not. Yeah, he called the cross, and it looks like he's gonna get it, but I think he's gonna get rewarded with a look on the two. No look on the two, I don't think. Unless he's got a window seat there, but I don't. Even then, I think I'm still kicking at this two from here. Is there a gap between the six and the three that you can kick at the? Gosh, this lays fairly awkward. May have to go two rails at it. It's looking like there's a gap. Oh yeah, there sure was. Even if you can't make that two, you gotta. I think if that's your easiest route to get a hit on it, it's worth taking on. A little quick there from Joe. Obviously felt good about it. Got down, shot it quick, but it wasn't always easy though. This one lays a touch awkward. I think he's going to go to his right corner pocket here. Well, yeah, he's going to his right corner pocket here just to get a better look at the five. Like the discipline on that shot to play safe there, but gotta find that 10-6 if you do. I wonder if the 6 passes the 10. I think it does. I apologize to you guys. I feel like I got one of those sneezes that's gonna come up without me knowing. Blow your eardrums out. Oh, that's what happens when you let the dog sleep in the bed. Joe trying to draw it back to get a look on the 5, maybe in the side. Oh, that is brutal. It's gonna find its way behind the 6-10 there. Decent effort there, but man, just hugged that side rail and came all the way down behind the 10-6. That's rough. And I believe this is the first jump attempt we've seen from Joe. Maybe we saw one earlier. I'm not sure. Yeah, didn't quite get up. Not the best jumper myself, but I really didn't look like he got too much pop in that stroke. It almost looked like he was jumping like he was stroking it versus popping it up. And I don't know what I mean by that. I kind of think my judgment of that is maybe a little wrist action to get that to pop it up. Kind of looked like it was all arm there. Maybe a touch of a miscue. I'm not sure. We'll see if Joe is going going in the side here. I mean, not Joe, Jason. It's tough. Both of their names start with J. It's starting to get to me a little bit. There was one, I forgot what it was. It was like a finals or a semifinals, and they both had the same name, and they had like, gosh, what was it? Like the same abbreviation in their last name. Like it was like this wasn't it, but it was like a Jack A and a Jack A, and I'm like, oh my. No, you know what it was? It was Leandria playing Leo, and if anybody knows Leandria, knows everyone calls her Leo. So I was calling, now good shot there from Joe. You want this cue ball off the rail a little? Ugh. He can still work with it, but not ideal. But yeah, no, that was a show. I'm like, good shot there from Leo, playing safe on Leo. Leo coming up to the table, Leo breaking. It was like, it was brutal, dude. Yeah, yeah, I expect a back cut in the side here. Yep, that's what he's looking at. Little bottom, maybe bottom left to help it cut. Good shot there from Joe, and man, we got ourselves a match here, 5-5. Not sure if Jason's taking a break or just stepping up to the bar to get a refill on his drink. Yeah, looks like it's just I never shout this out. I don't know if I should or shouldn't, but I never shout this out. I do want to shout out this little application that we use. It's called Crisp with a K. And you have a lot of bar noise around the bar. Um, a lot of bar noise around the bar, and you have music, and we've been shut down in the past for music in the background, and you can hear, more often than not. I'm not trying to call them out, but more often than not, you can hear the dart players because a lot of times I'm set up where the dart players are, and you can hear them screaming and yelling when they hit something. And this old this old application or program or whatever you want to call it, I'm not technically inclined even a little bit, but yeah, it does a really good job at blocking out all that background noise and keeping us live. And if anybody's into streaming or anybody's into that at all, I highly recommend them. Gosh, that was completely unrewarded. Great shot there from Joe, cutting the two, breaking out the 310. Had a look in the side, and the cue ball just falling in the corner pocket. Really rough. JC says, nice cut on the 10 ball. Sure was. Oh, look. How you doing? Mike says, Jason's shooting juice is low. It needs to fill up. I know the feeling. Oh, we've all been there. And he's 3 balls. Oh no, yeah, 3 balls away now. I guess 3 balls away from taking another lead. This is gonna be one of those ones we might see. I mean, at this pace, we might see 8 to 10 different lead changes throughout this match. And it's only a race to 17, race to 12 from here. So I mean, I think we got a little bit of a battle on our hands. Oh, and the reason the cue ball went so far up table like it did was because he overcut that 8. If he hits that 8 as full as he intends, takes off a little momentum on the cue ball, and he isn't shooting this cue ball from the rail all the way across the table. You could see it hit the outside of the pocket, and that is a result of overcutting the 8. I say it all the time. You can still make balls and not pocket them well. So definitely something to polish up, but maybe he got away with it. Chuck Perrell. I got it. Did I get it right? How you doing, brother man? I can't wait to see you again, man. It's been awfully lonely out here with you. And I got a little bit of a I talk to you about everything. I got a little bit of the fun stuff to talk to you about. I know you're obviously always a phone call away, but Nothing super dramatic. Just like to hear your input on things. Anyways, bank shot here for Jason. Gonna call the side. I like the way this. I love the way this bank lays. I think you hit this square and stop your cue ball. I think this is a dead bank with the right pace. Yeah, that's a great shot. Maybe held it with a touch inside, a touch of right. Good pace on that. Compressing the rail and holding the angle on the 10 and the side. Good bank shot there from Jason going up 6-5.
Here.
Oh, look at
It's
that.
right there.
Thank you.
You okay?
Oh, I'm great. I'm doing so good. Thank you, Mandy. You know what? We're working on it. Oh yeah. No, we'll see. Go ask Tim. Oh, Mandy's on a roll right now. How about that for a break from Jason? Looks good from here, assuming the 5 passes the 8. It's not what I would call a. I hate using this word. I always say it though, so I'm gonna say it anyways. It's not what I would call a salivating rack. One where you're eager to get back. Oh, you don't want to that. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, Jason. I like rolling that 2 and that 4. That 4 doesn't have a chance to get. I mean, that 2 doesn't have a chance to get away from you. Gotta focus on hitting it square. I like rolling it. Some people stop it. Maybe the 2 follows in as well if you hit it square enough, but do prefer the option of leaving the 2 in front of a hole and really being able to get anywhere on the table with your cue ball moving forward after that. I don't know. Maybe he was trying to break something out or he had something else in mind, but uh, Chuck says should be back Wednesday. That's awesome, man. I can't wait. I'm trying to sound too corny. Your head's big enough, but I know there's a lot of people that have missed you out here. Oh, that's brutal. Obviously trying to go to this what appeared to be. I can't tell if he's trying to go to the side rail or top rail and out. I obviously didn't work out. Joe's a little frustrated with that. They've gone blow for blow. I mean, Jason goes up 1, Joe ties it. Jason goes up 1, Joe ties it. And this one, now you're allowing Jason. I wouldn't call it separation because it's a long race to 17, but I'm not sure about that. Jason played a lot of inside English on that shot, and I'm not sure if all of that was necessary. That's obviously much more difficult to pocket that 7. I was about to say he was out from there. Teaches me to get ahead of myself. That's what I do back here, ruining careers though. Anton, how you doing, brother man? Yeah. Watch outside pocket here. I almost, yeah, that'll work. Oh, he judged that well. That you take anything off that ball, that side pocket really comes into play. What? Little back and forth action on the 10. And Joe's gonna tie it up. Like I said, back and forth, 6-6. And I know for guys like Philip in the chat, Philip Sanchez, he loves this stuff. Even though I think he's got 150 bucks on Jason. He's got to be sweating, which is what he likes to do. Chuck says, "I'm ready to be home." We're all ready for you to be home, Chuck. That's awesome, Anton. I'm happy for you, brother. When are you making a trip back out here? Wow, 3 balls down on the break along with the cue ball. A little unfortunate, but you're a bit of a savior for yourself is obviously that 6 ball as close as it is to the 10. I'm curious to see. Obviously, Jason's trying to plan this out, map this out. Is there a way I can get on this 5 to break out the 6-10? If I do that, what angle do I need on the 4 to get my angle on the 5 to break it out? Yeah, a lot going through his mind right now, I imagine. It seems like he's pretty decided. If you do go after this 6-10, this is a tough shot. You play inside. I don't know. I think you might even have to go back and forth into the 6-10. Yeah, just like that. Really difficult shot from where he was at to load up with inside English, play it at the pace that he had to, and come back and forth, judge exactly where the cue ball hits off that second rail, and create that separation between the 6-10 that he needed. Leaving Derby Monday. How was it out there? I know you sent me a picture. I got all kinds of messages that day from multiple things. I got all kinds of teams going on, the Territorial Cup, the 1650 and under tournament this weekend, the 3 leagues I play in that were all kind of simultaneously ending and restarting and filling in subs. I haven't quite got a chance to look at all the messages I got, but I know you sent me one of the Derby, and it's on my bucket list to go out there and check it out. Yeah, if this park's behind the 9, he's gonna get this ball back if he didn't call that 5. Unless Jason can see it. Jason's gonna take a peek. Yeah, it looks like Jason can see some of that 6, so I think he's gonna take a look at it. Anton says best pool ever. I think he, I don't know. He might have called a 10. Unless he's coming off the left side of the 6. I don't know if he can see the left side of the 6. Yeah, it looked like he may have called the 10, tried to carry him off the 10 with a little pace, get it moving towards the pocket. He got away with it a little bit here. Joe's got to try and cross the 6 and put the cue ball under the 9. That's what I thought he was gonna. Yeah, I think that was the intention. Just don't know if he could have. Maybe he didn't see enough of it there. Tough to judge from over here, but no. Jason, like clockwork, is. Uh-oh. I was about to say like I like really like drawing that ball and getting above the 8, but I was about to say Jason like clockwork has taken a 1-game lead, and Joe has answered almost every single time since it's been 3-3. No, every time it's been 4-3, 4-4, 5-4, 5-5, 6-5, 6-6. But now Joe, in unfamiliar territory, trying to tie this thing up. I mean, take his first lead since he was up 3-2, 3-1 with these last 2 balls. Oh, look who it is. John Marquis. Did someone say East mode? Not familiar with that, John. I we tend to the cool thing about bullshitters is we have pretty good security at the door. They only really let people in with a certain level of morality come through that door, and they've definitely done a good job of keeping that riffraff out of out of the pool hall, so I appreciate them. Shout out to a bullshooter security for keeping that nonsense out of here. Anyways, Joe going up 7-6. You like that? I don't know. I get bored back here. I gotta try to not bored. I love this, but I got time to think. Got time to cook. Anton says great Phoenix showing at the Derby. That's awesome. Yeah, Arizona. I mean, the amateur pool scene out here in Arizona is the best. It's my favorite. Obviously, I haven't done a whole lot of traveling. I've been to Vegas, been to Texas a little bit, been to Wisconsin, been to a few different places. I personally, I mean, it's just family out here. Well, Jason looks pretty good from here. There's not a whole lot tied up from here. Oh, I guess that 3-8 can lay a little funny. I didn't see the 8 hanging in the pocket. So where the 3 goes after you make the 8 could be. Oh, gosh, he's drawing this 3 a lot. Yep. Trying to hit it square, made them both. John says too funny. Yeah, I thought it was good. Top 10 this week for sure. Anyways, Corby says, Justin, do they let the riffraff with the gloves in? You know what, Corby? Corby, I was having a casual Friday evening good time back here. I'm enjoying myself, watching some good pool, watching some battles back to back with two good players that I really respect and like. And you're gonna start this right now. Everything was going good until you hit the chat. Man, I got that 6 a little thin. I think it's a little thinner than he wanted to be on the 7, but he does have. Well, yeah, he's not playing a high ball. He's trying to. Oh yeah, he was trying to come around the table with some inside there and see if he gets lucky with his 10. Jason's gonna be a little frustrated with that, I'm sure. Love his temperament, you know. I will compliment Jason. He's obviously it's a tight match. You know, he doesn't really have a reason to be frustrated so far. You know you're gonna miss some in the long run, and you know you're gonna make some great shots in the long run. But that being said, he's held down his emotions really well. No, how about that first shot? And not the most difficult cut on the 9. May have to let this cue ball loose a little bit. I think if you try to hold this cue ball, you can get in a little bit of trouble. I like almost maybe a little back and forth or some inside English and coming around the table a few rails. Yeah, he's trying to hold it. That's okay. This is what I mean. This is really best case scenario if you're trying to hold that ball. Yeah, good shot there. Tying it up 7-7. Man, what a ball game. Man, nobody's had a 2-game lead since Joe McCreary up 3-1. Now we're tied once again. Cheryl says, nice jump. It was a great jump. That jump afforded him the opportunity to get out of that rack. Really good. Corby says, drinking some PBR, Justin. You know what? I got my PBR shirt on right now. Believe it or not. I genuinely have a PBR shirt on right now. I told you, Philip, you know, you asked for it. I expected a tight match. I said it's a coin toss. I said both these guys both playing a little above their speed. I know Joe's definitely got some gamble in him. I know Jason is no stranger to the stream as he's made his way into day 2 on multiple tour events. I've got to commentate his matches quite a few times, and I've got to watch him play a lot over the last 5, 6 years that I've been watching him play pool. No. Philip says this is fun. Yes. Corby, nice. I mean, oh yeah, sure is nice. Chuck, get that dart player a shot of water. Oh, I like that one, Chuck. That was good. That one had layers. That's multi-dimensional. If you guys been following the stream, you know what that means. If you haven't, we'll call it an inside joke. Cause my face is a little red right now. Yeah, it looked like Jason was laying up for the two on the side. It's a bit more of a cut than he's comfortable with from here, but he's okay. Yeah. It's always deceiving on stream. Those balls that cut in the side, even though they look real tight, I think it's because the camera's a little lower. Those balls that cut in the side are usually a lot easier. I'm not saying the shot was easy by any means, but a lot easier than they appear. Mike Gwynn, do they make a dart glove? There's no way, dude. Uh, if they do, you're talking to the wrong demographic because I ain't touching that. I ain't touching. No, no way, dude. Here's the thing, man. I don't sweat enough. Now, don't get me wrong. You ever catch me in Florida? Two rails at the 5. What's it look like? You ever catch me in Florida and catch me with a glove on? I suggest you put your camera away. It's a little muggy and humid out there, all right? But out here in Arizona, if you're wearing a glove, I know Jason is right now. I'm just giving him a hard time, but if you're wearing a glove out here, I just don't sweat that much. I mean, who gets that nervous? What, do you got a condition? No, he's got a 4 ball out here. Got to find his way good on that 9. I do believe that 9 goes in the bottom right pocket. How you doing, brother man? Oh yeah, looks appears that the 9 passes the 10 here. And Jason trying to regain his familiar territory that he's been in almost all match long since they tied it up 3-3. He's about to go up 8-7, 1 game ahead. I wonder what's going to happen the next rack. Assuming this 10 ball goes down, but not going to mark anything up. Oh, there it goes. Jason up 8-7. Got a match for you degenerate gamblers that like to sweat matches. This has got to get your blood pumping a little bit, I would imagine. Chuck says, "Come on, Stingray, with a glove you can touch anything." I'm, you know what, dude? I'm gonna leave that one. God, I'm gonna wear that one, okay? And what I mean by wear is not a glove, but your god awful comment. Well, it appears we are almost halfway there. Race to 17. I think we're gonna see this thing go the distance. Uh, Good match these guys came up with. A lot of times on these Friday night fights, either the stream gets to them, or one player gets frustrated, or one player plays way over their head, or somebody just gets a bit down on themselves. My goodness, what a shot that was! That is not easy. It is not easy to draw between that 9 and 3 and get on this 2-3 from here. That's an incredible draw stroke from Jason. It may have looked simple on stream, but I mean, you are a micromillimeter off to the right or the left. It clips one or the other, and he just shot a field goal that had no room from left or right. Watch the double kiss on the cue ball. Yep, just like that. That's what I mentioned before. The double kiss on the cue ball when the two's on the rail really close there and you're trying to get a fuller ball hit. It's not easy. Patrick says no glove, no love. Sounds like I'm gonna live my life awfully lonely then. You know, it's funny. Before I started this match, the players came up to me and approached me and said, "What's the rule for taking breaks?" And I was like, "Take them when you want them, I guess." I don't know. I mean, obviously, if you're taking a break every 2 or 3 racks, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, man, what are you doing out there?" But I said, if you gotta go to the restroom or you gotta take a quick little break, that's fine. Just give me a heads up. Not even a heads up, just let me know so I can take a quick break. Obviously, sitting back here 3, 4, or 5 hours at a time sometimes, and I like to stretch my legs every once in a while. So, but anyway, my goodness, what a good shot there from Joe. Little back and forth, a lot of ride on that ball. Clip to two, back and forth with the cue ball underneath the 10. I don't know if you can draw it up better than that. Yeah, you left Jason the jump shot, but in all things considered, I not too many better scenarios than that. But yeah, no, they're kind of not hounding me. That's the wrong word, but they were asking, just about the rules. When can I take a break? When can I this? When can I that? And I was like, whenever. And since then, it has not come up at all. They've played 15, what's going on 16 consecutive racks without a break. So we'll see if it comes into play soon, especially when the pressure starts to mount a little bit. I think we'll likely see Jason take on this bank. Get plays. Yeah, likes these. You want good speed on the cue ball. You don't want the cue ball to get away from you. Like a rolling bank, just like that. Get good on the 7. Really good effort there. And watch that cue ball. Really good speed control of the bank. That makes the bank just a little bit more difficult when you're so focused on the speed of the cue ball and that back arm, and kind of slightly takes your focus away from the lineman on the 5. I think may have been one of the reasons he missed it, but he's definitely definitely proven to be a pretty good banker, especially for his speed. Joe McCreary really likes throwing balls in with outside English. He threw that in with a lot of left, and I don't know if that shot called for a lot of left to get back on the 7. He's obviously more comfortable pocketing the ball that way, but getting back to the 7, I think you got to be a little bit more comfortable shooting that ball a few different ways. Now, does Jason dare look at a 3-ball combo? I mean, how does it sit? Or do you just play it and you just lay up and play safe here? I like the safe, but I mean, it's worth a look. It's worth looking down this line of a 7-10-9. And that's what he's doing right now. Okay, how does it sit? And how do I feel about it? I don't know that you can keep your cue ball down here for the 7, or the 7's going to lay up good if you do make that effort. But if it's wired, it may be worth a shot. I like safe. I like shooting the 7 or the 10, maybe getting back up table with the cue ball and forcing Joe to maybe break him out or kick at the 7 and put it in a better spot. And he's kicking underneath it. That's Yeah, not sure about that. Joe's got a pretty good chance. The problem with this is he's going to shoot the 8 all the way up, stop his cue ball, or draw it back a little. The problem with this is he's going to have to come up and down with his cue ball if he doesn't get straight on this 9. Oh, he's so focused on stopping that cue ball. Tough cut, though. He's real thin on this 8. Joe really wants him to bump this 9, make it more playable. Just like that. Even though it was a subtle bump, it plays a big factor if he can get back on this 9. Yeah. And Joe's still gonna be forced to either go up and down, or if you can see it full enough, he might be able to run into the 10, but I don't see that at all. I like cutting this, coming back up and down table. No risk involved there. I mean, outside of the scratches, the 6 holes on the table, but as far as, getting weird on the 10. Well, pretty disciplined shot there, just playing safe. Kind of like the cut shot there, Joe. I thought you had it. I think maybe it was thinner than it appeared on camera. Now, cue ball. Don't do it to him. All right. And I am close to this 9. That 9 is off the rail a little bit. So, testy shot here. Safe or trying to pocket it. It's not easy. Try to bank it up 2 rails. Sometimes you get that double kiss. If you try to slice it in, sometimes you get it too full, sell out. Come off the left side, it's easy to catch it too full, and it makes the 9 ball playable off the rail. Joe's not in a great spot here. These are one of the ones that, if the shot's tough and the safe stuff may. Oh, Ray says the 4-railer. Hey, definitely plays. Um, yeah, I think you'd have to cut the 9 a little bit to the left, so your cue ball, you could draw your cue ball on the 10 and do it that way. But yeah, that was a really tough spot there for Joe. I like the idea, just trying to bank the 9 to the side rail and leave it tough for Jason, but a little back. Oh, he's trying to hold it. I like a little bit more of a committed stroke going back and forth there from Jason. That tends to happen when you baby balls a little bit. Just too thin on the 9 to baby it in. Cuts get a little funny from there. Now Joe, I believe it's going to tie this thing up 9-9 if this or 8-8. This 10 ball drops. When this 10 ball drops. Oh, that was brutal. And Jason trying to get that 2-game separation both players have been looking for the better part of the last 10 games. Have not been able to get there. Anyways, while they break this next, I gotta step away for just 1 second while they break this one. I will be back with you guys in 2 minutes. guy. Oh, man, that's loud. I, wow. Okay, give me 1 second. I so it was real quiet in my ears earlier, and I adjusted the wire a little bit. And now it's like, man, blowing my ears out. Anyways, both players gonna take a quick break. It's the halfway point, so they said they're gonna go smoke or I don't know, whatever they do. Um, use the restroom, take a quick break. We will be back shortly. We'll see you then. We got a good one for you. It's we haven't seen more than a 1 game lead since Joe was up 3-1, like I've mentioned a few times. So look forward to that. See you soon. I got nothing better to do. I'm sitting here waiting for him to get back. Oh, this is a good Friday night fights. This is the way I like it to go. I they've been tight the whole time. Looks like they're coming back right now. Should see them in a minute. Oh yeah, they're getting ready. Sounds like I missed one of the nastiest combos that we've seen in a minute. Joe was, I mean, obviously I wasn't here. I don't know if he was hyping it up, but sounds like the last rack, Joe made a made a pretty good combo on the 10 ball in the 30 seconds I walked away. So congrats to him, I guess. Remember, there are early 10s. And could this be the first rack that we see a little separation? I mean, very seldom, we in these long races, what I've noticed a lot when we in the races to 21 and 17 and whatever, very seldom do we actually see like a blow for blow matchup like this. It's never 3-4, 4-4, 5-4, 5-5, 6-5, 6-6, whatever. Usually somebody jumps out 3 games and the next person rattles off 4 and the next person rattles off 3 and the next person rattles off another 3. Momentum swings are a real big thing, but as far as like, I don't know that, I mean, obviously it's a big enough sample size that I think you can say these players are pretty evenly matched thus far. And I would argue the player that creates separation first will win this thing. I mean, if you can get 2 or 3 games ahead, I know that's not much of a stretch, but if you can get a little bit of separation from the other guy, that back arm gets a little looser. You can afford to play a little bit more comfortably. You may see that from one of these players. There we go, right back into it. Yeah, Joe shot that really quick. I know Joe's a bit of he's an offensive player, but he's a bit of a percentage guy. He shot the one so quick because, we've all seen it. It's how often have both these players, not specifically these players, but how often have they been getting out from the one ball? You like your chances at another look at the table. Good speed on the safe there from Jason, but you can afford to be a little bit more aggressive on the one from time to time if the rack doesn't lay perfect. Just specifically because they're not quite running out rack after rack after rack. We're seeing multiple innings at the table. I guess I guess since I'm back here, I don't really use the stream too much to I don't really use the stream too much to oh man, you looped the one from there. There wasn't enough room to hits the side rail, hits the bottom rail, comes in at a 45-degree angle and misses it both times. That's a bit of a brutal roll there for Joe. Oh, no, Jason's got a chance, but I would like to use this opportunity a little bit back here. Well, I got a few of you back here, we're up to about 55 viewers total active. Who do you guys think is the best 480 and under on the west side? I'm picking a team for the Territorial Cup. It's a new thing that Abby and Chuck have created. And I'm trying to find a player under 480. 480 and under. That would represent the west side well. Decent little carom shot there, controlling the 3 to play for the team. And if you guys got somebody in mind, I think it would help me out a ton. I've ran through about 6 or 7 different people that I'm considering, and I got a few different people in mind, almost to the point where I'm gonna have them play each other. Ray says he's a 481 disqualify. Yeah, that's rough, man. I mean, maybe if it drops over the next few days, definitely in definitely in the question. But if you guys know a 480 and under player on the west side that you feel is playing a lot of pool and playing good pool right now, plays good rotation, I'm all ears. I'm open to invitation. So uh-oh, watch out, cue ball. Don't bump into the 10. Oh man, I think he got hooked. There might be a window there. We'll see how quick he gets down on it. Oh, he's down on it quick. I don't know if he can see enough to make it. He may just, yeah, he's hesitating. You can see some of it. I think the scratch is coming into play. I think he's got to cut it to his left, this bottom left pocket. He's got to cut it to his left. And a rolling cue ball brings the corner pocket into play. He's calling the bank. Yeah, I think he was trying to kind of two rail bank it under the 910 and he left it available. So no, Ray says he's actually a 482, so you're really disqualified. Yeah. No, you know, it's funny. I had three or four players in mind that I was looking up, and all of them were like 483, 482, 487, 485. I'm like, when? I like the two-way bank here. You can shoot the seven, bank it, and hide it behind the 910 if you miss it. Yeah, just like that. That's not bad. It's a touch awkward on the Snyder. You already saw Joe miss one of these balls earlier. This is almost the exact shot on the 10 that he missed earlier. It was a little bit more of a cut, but you definitely saw Joe miss one of these. This is much easier, actually. He's definitely got an angle. Yeah, really good job there, holding the cue ball for the 10 on the side. And like I mentioned before, separation, first two-game lead we've seen in probably over 12 games. Oh, really good shot. First First one to get to double digits. Joe McCreary on 10. Jason on 8. Remember, both players putting up a grand, $1,000 each. That's what the 2,000 ITM in the middle means. For whatever reason, I get that question a lot, and I think most of you guys know, but for the ones that don't, they're not shy to ask me, so. Kind of interesting that Joe does that. He just moved his coin over, keep going around the table a little bit. A lot of times when you see these longer races and a player gets a 10, they just take their coin off a 9, which is the top diamond, bring it all the way back down to 0 where they first started, and that means 10. He's just continuing to go around the table. I don't know if he doesn't play a lot of these long races or if it's just a preference, but likely see a safe here from Jason. Yeah, don't want the cue ball to leak out. He might have got there. I'm not sure. Joe's got options if he can't see it. It's either a jump over the edge of the 10 or it's a masse or it's a kick shot. I'm not sure how much you can see. May just be kicking underneath. Yeah, he was actually able to see plenty of that ball. He played a little bit of left, didn't jack up the back end of his cue. May have swerved a touch just enough to hit the one as full as he did, but the way he played that shot and the way he undercut it tells me that the one may have just been available with a straight high ball there. Unless it was a baby masse. And 2-6 coming. Jason really likes. Jason's afraid of of getting stuck behind that 10 because the cue ball wants to roll behind. Oh, no, he called the 5. He called the carom on the combo and the 5. I didn't see it was wired over there. That's a great shot, but the problem with the combo there was the cue ball was kind of tracking towards the 10 a little bit. He didn't love it because he may have got stuck behind the 10 without playing a little pace on that ball, or maybe if he did play pace on that ball, he loses the 2. Bobby Thomas says, is that event on big table or small? Which one is that? Are you talking about the 650 and under? I imagine that. 1650 and under 3-man? I forgot what I was talking about. I get to talking a lot back here. Uh-oh, watch out, cue ball. Nope, that'll be all right. He's on the good side of it, and Jason looks good from here. I think the 9 to the 10 is the only thing we're looking at. Obviously, if the 9's close enough to the hole. It is, the camera's a little deceiving. It is, no, 9's hanging. I'm lying. You bumped this 10. You could get in a little bit of trouble here, Jason. I would be careful how you bump this 10 if you do. Yeah, that's okay. You bump it a little too full, the 10 comes up a little bit, and you have pretty significant back cut. But he bumped it just right. Oh, the one I'm looking for, the 480. That's a good question. Hold on, let me adjust the score real quick, Bobby. Main Street, April 5th and 6th. 9-foot tables it is. Jason's done a better job. Something I think is worth mentioning. Jason's done a better job of staying down on those difficult shots. Not that he's had a lot lately, but he's done a better job of staying down and following through on those difficult shots versus we saw him a little jumpy to start, whether that was nerves or whether somebody maybe informed him that it was a little bit of a fault that he was dealing with early on, but definitely looks a bit more collected. Yeah, kind of uncharacteristic there. We've seen Jason make balls on the break quite a bit. Nothing going there. It's a little surprising. He hit that rack well, nice and square, squatted the cue ball. Second balls on the rack didn't. Uh-oh, watch out for. Second balls didn't quite track towards the side like we're used to seeing from him. Bobby says, I don't think their coins are right. So their coins, so actually, I mentioned a little bit earlier, Joe's actually just going around the world. Like, when he got to 9, instead of bringing his coin back down to where you started, he just keeps going around the table. So you see one that just went beyond that 9, continuing to circle the table. I imagine Jason will follow suit after noticing that that's what Joe's doing. So yeah, it actually is correct. Jason's on 9 and Joe's kind of circling the other way going to 10. It looks a little funny. Yeah, trying to play safe, rolling the cue ball up on the 6. That's a good shot. For knowing he was gonna bank the 4 into the 8, stop his cue ball right there. Afforded him the opportunity to roll the cue ball forward to get behind the 6. That's well judged. Yeah, it's gonna be ball in hand for Jason. This rack lays a touch tricky. Just because of where the 5 sits, I think. I don't know that the 5 passes the 10. That's what Jason's looking at right now. You try to draw underneath it for the side between the 8-9. Do you try to get underneath it for? No, it doesn't go on any of the corners up table. Nah, he's looking. He's either calling the 10 or he thinks the 5 passes the 10. Yeah, he didn't point at anything, which tells me the 5 does pass the 10. Wow. He's looking at me laughing a little bit. I think he may have been part of the conversation we were having. Oh yeah, he called the 10. He sent it. Don't hate the way he played it with awfully a lot of pace on it, but he didn't want to baby it. He didn't want to leave the 10 in front of the hole. Can't blame him for that, but a little difficult to navigate accuracy right there when you hit the ball that hard. I mean, that was almost a break stroke on that one. You can still play it with pace, take a little off of it, be a touch more accurate. Let's call him 5 in the corner. Good idea. The 5 did not roll well for him. Pretty good idea, but good idea. Good full ball hit, but now Jason's really got an opportunity to tie this thing up. Overhit it a little bit. I feel bad for Stasia. I said, if I run out of beer, do you mind walking to the bar? And she's pulling her in her server and checking on me every 7 minutes. I think it's hilarious. All right, Joe's trying to decide, do I just go back and forth with the cue ball and take the 7 in the same pocket, or do I shoot the 7 all the way up? And I'll tell you this, if the 7 is on the rail, I don't shoot it all the way up. I get above it. But if it's off the rail, you just shoot the 6 and shoot the 7 all the way up. He may just be drawn above the 7. Yeah. Tells me that 7 maybe married or really close to the rail there. That makes it difficult to shoot past that side pocket or pocket it all the way down. Don't hate playing it that way as well. May have been the better way to play it, specifically because if you come back and forth, you bring that side pocket into play. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't nervous. Were you guys nervous? It may be difficult to hold this cue ball for the 9 on the side. He may come up and down and shoot the 9 in the corner. He's trying to hold it. That's risky. No, he played it well, but he's on the wrong side of this 9. That's kind of why I mentioned that. I might be able to might be able to come around the table. I don't know that you can load up with inside English and get there on this 10. I think camera doesn't do it justice. There's more angle on this ball than it appears. That's why he got down and looked at it and said, man, that's a little bit more than I need to get my inside over on the 10. But he's struggling a little bit because he's come around the table, he got to jack up. I almost like crossing this 9. You cross the 9, you bank it in the opposite side, and your cue ball floats down for the 10. And if you miss it and don't leave it in front of the side pocket, Jason's gonna play hell shooting the 9 up table and getting back down for the 10 with a good shot. I think. Yeah, I kind of like the cross. I don't know. You can't jack up the cue ball on the rail like that. Maybe he can load up enough with enough English, and I don't see the angle. No, that's what I mean. That just was too much angle there to get back for the 10. He's gonna give it to him there, and that's 10 to 10. Man, What a game. Philip, you still out there? You is this enough of a sweat for you? Tied it up. Races can cross bank inside and get shape. Yeah, I agree. I kind of like that one. It's fairly natural as well. Obviously, it's a little bit of a riskier shot, but Philip says I'm here for it. Man, I hope you go to Vegas and at the end of February, and I hope I see you out there. I'd love to see you on a blackjack table or when you really get your sweat on, man. You crack me up. That's a great break. That's what we're used to seeing from Jason there on the break. Obviously, a little bit of work to be done in this rack. He may be able to slide over and shoot that 410 if he's got the angle. Yeah, that's what he might do. Well, no, he came back and forth. That'll work. I didn't like the 410. It kind of lays well, but he made so many balls on the break that he's got a great opportunity to run out from here, and nothing's tough. It's just getting out of position with the cue ball. But you get a look on that 7 ball. It's obviously you will when you get there, but shoot this 6. Get a Yeah, no, it's fairly routine from here for Jason. He's about to rattle off 3 in a row if he can finish these last few balls to take the lead when he was down 2 games. This has been a match. I don't like bumping into this 8. There you go. He's drawing this. Don't like bumping into the 8 even a little bit. It almost looked like he was queuing high for a second. I'm like, Jason, don't do it. I obviously can't say anything back here, but I almost jumped out of my shoes. Well, that's gonna be a little, well, he got a little bit of a roll off the spot there from everyone banging the spot. Got a cut shot on the side. This is missable. Oh, not for Jason. Good shot there. Taking another 1 game lead, 11-10. My goodness. So my prediction earlier, the first person that creates separation was not going to run away with it, but maybe take off, maybe win by 3 or 4. Uh, Joe goes up 2 games. Jason rattles off 3 in a row, and here we are, 1 game up for Jason. And one of the better Friday night fights we've seen in a minute. You know, earlier this week on Monday, Jonathan Craig was playing Ratio. That was a great match. I went over to Stingers. It was a private event. They are not open yet. They're optimistic about opening soon, is what I'm supposed to say. Typical media guy. Should I should run for politician. I got the scoop on a lot of things, and I just do what they tell me. But they're optimistic about opening soon. But anyways, great match between Ray Shope and Jonathan Craig. It was a race to 13, win by 2, and the final score was 14-12 because they tied it up 12-12. Jonathan got up 13-12. Ray had an easy 2 or 3 ball out. I don't want to say easy 2 or 3 ball out because no 2 or 3 ball out is easy on a 9-footer, but you know, he was favored to run out. Missed. It was 9 ball. Missed the 7 ball. That was fairly straightforward. And Jonathan polished up the last 3 balls to win 14-12. So can't quite call it hill because they had to win by 2, but you know, close enough, and it was a good match. Well, Cheryl's probably a little nervous right now. Cheryl Ford, I imagine, are you the mother of Jason Ford? I imagine she's clenching onto her purse or whatever's close to her right now, as tight as this match has been throughout. No, I would. Mom or wife or something. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know. If your cue ball is off this rail, you have options. You pop it or even get above the four or do whatever, but he's on the rail, so he's gonna be forced to shoot this four all the way up or the combo, but I think that seven sits awfully funny. Yeah, shooting this all the way up. Nah, that caught the rail awfully early. I think this is all going to come down to how that seven ball sits. Jason doesn't seem too worried about it. If he was worried about it, he would have planned it. Kind of like running into the seven here. I like bumping. If the seven doesn't go, I like bumping the seven closer to the corner pocket. Follow your cue ball a little bit. Well, that's what he was trying to do. He just didn't do it. He wanted, and you can actually run into that seven. I don't want to say full, but you can hit it a little fuller than you think. Make it much more playable than it is now. I mean, just obviously it wasn't easy. His Cubo was on the rail. Amon's a little bit more difficult. Now he's calling the cross bank. And Joe's got a chance, but not a comfortable one. Likely playing safe. No, something happened on the camera. Now didn't want the double kiss there. Even though the seven looks close to that pocket, it's off the rail, so this is easily cuttable for Jason. All those all those things you see on camera are gonna come off here in the next 15 seconds or so. That happens when someone shakes the table or touches the camera or whatever. So I apologize. It wasn't me. I don't know what happened to it. Somebody bumped it. None of the players, I don't think. Oh, good shot there from Jason. Oh, there it is. Jason taking a two-game lead. Now we're starting to see the swings be a little bit different. We saw 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. Jason has won four consecutive to go up 12-10. Flashing hard at the camera. I love it. It's funny. All right. Jason's proven to be the better breaker. I'm watching the 4-7. Watch if the 7 track starts aside. That's usually the one that's been going. 4-7 not down, but the 1 down in the corner and the 9 hanging up a little bit. Yeah, that's a good shot. Nice rolling shot across the table. Even though three's tough from here, I like what he did. Just focused on continuing his run, getting a look on the 3, forcing something to happen after that. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty routine here for Joe to hit this 3-9 combo. It's just where you don't want to catch any of the rail first, or you don't want to catch the right side of the 9. Otherwise, the 3 can get away from you. I like rolling nice full ball hit on the 9. That pace can get weird on you. That'll work. Made them both. Let's do his work. I wonder if the 5 passes the 7, though. If it does, I think, with a good shot, Joe could be out here. Yeah. Is he jacked up over this 10, or can he kind of get over the side of it here? Yeah, he's jacked up. This doesn't look easy. Or it's not easy, I should put it that way. Oh, 2 times? Yes, he did. Oh my gosh. I promise you, even though Joe made that, nobody hates Joe right now more than Joe, even Jason. You don't like to you don't like to make a ball like that. He's coming. Yeah, he's playing safe. I think he had the chance to play inside English there and stay on this side of the table. I'm kind of surprised he didn't kind of thin that ball with a lot of right English. Maybe come back and forth for the 8. I mean, he had options there. He just tried to make it as tough as he could. Can't blame him for playing conservative, especially with $1,000 on the line for each player. Yeah, and it's about to say it's gonna pay off for him, but Jason's gonna get a little bit of a roll here. Wonder if Joe's gonna try and play this cue ball under the 8 here. No, he's just gonna roll into it. Don't love that because I think he left the left side of the 7 here to well, we'll see. Jason's looking at the kick. No, there is no kick. The 8's in the way. You can see enough, like if you can reach across the table and see enough of the, like between the rail and the pocket, skim it that way. This is risky. Call the bank. Yeah, he got away with that one. It's a big risk of selling out on that one, but I did not. He was in the way. I'm sorry, bro. Joe said, Joe mentioned that the cue ball might have come back and hit his tip there, but obviously I couldn't see from here. Yeah, trying to play safe and looks like, yeah, pretty good speed. It looks like Jason's gonna be able to see the left side of the 7. What you do with that, I don't know. I'd likely hang this ball in the corner pocket if you go for it, just like that. Just because you can see it, I think maybe coming up with a more creative way to play safe there. Maybe kick at it, or I don't know. I mean, obviously not kick. I'd like to see Jason look at a few different options there, because that was going to be tough. Joe trying to draw under the 8, but running into it. Yeah, don't hate what he did there. Almost with that. Yeah. No, that's going to get it done. Good shot there from Joe. Tighten it up one game. Ooh. Yeah, I was going to say, I like what he did. I think it was the 8 ball when he shot the 8 in the side, had a little bit of an angle, on the 10, left a little bit of distance. I say it all the time. You try to get too cute with the 8 in the side, maybe load up with inside, come back and forth, or come around the table, or do something funny, shooting into a tight pocket. Anything can happen, but Joe just said, I'm going to give myself an opportunity at the 10 from a little bit more distance. Hit it dead center pocket. And that's going to tighten it up within one game. I Now Joe trying to play safe under the 278 over there. Didn't quite get that inside or didn't quite execute the shot properly, but with the two sitting where it does, I don't know that there's a combo on the 2-7. Yeah, maybe there is. I guess we're gonna find out here. May just kick at it from the side rail and kick at, the two ball comes a few rails up and maybe even park that cue ball on the 8 or under the 8 or something. But this is kind of a funny spot. I don't, yeah, yeah, I'm going rail first here, kicking a few rails up. Kind of like that. Like to hit it a little, yeah. Well, oh, did he call that pocket? Oh, maybe I did not see the call, but both players in agreement. I just missed it. Man, that'll work. There was a little bit of double kiss action in there. Like the two hit something. It grazed the 7 or grazed the cue ball again or whatever it was, but it hit something. Yeah, a bit fortunate. Like the call there though. I say it all the time, but I think you should be calling it every time. Because, if your opponent doesn't like it next anyways, you're gonna get it back. So if you accidentally slop it in a pocket that it has a chance of going in, you might as well own it and shoot the next ball. Can't tell if he called the 5 or the 10. I think he called the. Oh yeah, I think he called the 10. That's a great shot. Made them both. Jason going up 13-11. Jason only needs 4 more. Joe needs 6. Pretty good judge on the carom there. It wasn't easy. There was enough distance there that definitely a very missable 10. And I'd argue if you miss it, it's kind of a bit of a sellout, especially as well as we've seen Joe play. Or he says, nice. Mike says, let's go, Jason. Up to 64 active. Thank you guys for watching on a Friday night. I know you guys probably have a lot of other fun things to do, but you choose to spend it with me and Jason and Joe and get to sweat the pool action here a little bit. I really appreciate you guys, man. It's to allow me to have this opportunity to talk about some of my favorite players and watch some action and watch some pool. It's a dream come true, and it doesn't happen without you guys and our sponsors and really bullshooters and all the other pool halls that have supported Tim's tours and whatever that might be. So, oh man, you talk about a brutal roll. Oh man, sometimes sometimes it pays to go to church, man, because that if there is a God, he missed that one. Well, Jason looks pretty good from here. Trying to see what kind of angle he's got on this 4. If he can go on the side rail and shoot the gap between the 5-7, shoot the 5 in the side, or if it's a straight draw and he's going to run into something or run into trouble. I guess we're going to find out. I am not sure about that shot. You know what? Now that I think about it, no, it's about the same. Maybe he's playing the carom on the five, from the five to the six and the six on the side, but he wasn't doing that. The five ball's way too close to the rail. Yeah, obviously frustrated. Maybe laying up for the safe where you could stop the cue ball and bank the five a few rails up and squat the cue ball on the six. It's either that or just didn't draw the cue ball. You know, it's one or the other. I kind of think he was trying to draw it. He was trying to punch draw it. He was forcing it to the rail in an effort to do that. Tip position came up just a hair, got a flat cue ball, and here we are. But I could be wrong. No, if you got coverage with that 10, that's a really good shot. I like it because even if you don't get coverage with the 10, you know, the six blocks the bank, and you know the five's going to be on that rail regardless, so you know you're leaving it tough. Jake says, "Is Joe drinking whiskey?" Joe is not drinking whiskey. Joe is relatively sober today. He's taking this match serious. Both players are. I don't really speak too much on that end of things. I Thomas says, Jason and I have been friends since sophomore in high school and has always been a great player. Yes, I haven't known him near that long, but he definitely has been a great player for some time. Fun to watch and a lot of success in the Fargo range he's at right now. He's done well in the chip tournaments, he's done well in league. He's a tough competitor all the time. And Jake. Jake says he needs a shot, send him one. I'll tell you what, server comes back here, I might make your dream a reality. But in the meantime, you know, Jason Ford's trying to go up 14 to 11 with this 9 and 10 ball here. And a good shot there, good speed control, I think. Yeah, obviously he's favored to make this. I like being a little above this ball versus below it, but and shouldn't be a problem. Oh, he jarred it up. That is a huge miss there from Jason. That is a three game. I mean, it's a two-game swing, but that is a huge miss. I mean, you got Joe over there. I'm not saying the body language from Joe was bad. You got Joe over there getting discouraged. You know, he goes up two games and Jason wins like, I don't know, four of the last five or five of the last six. You got him on the ropes. And this is the mental side of things. You've got him on the ropes. You got him feeling a little demoralized. You've got him feeling a little upset. You know he's harping on all the missed shots that have allowed Jason the opportunity to get ahead. Now you have a relatively routine 10 ball to go up three games and take all the momentum. Really discouraged Joe a little bit. But now Joe feels like he's back in the game. I think that game is a much bigger game than the one or two game swing that you guys see on stream. That's a huge miss. Philip says, I'm still here for it. Wow. Yes. We're just getting down to it. That's a big miss there. Yep. 13-12. 13-12. He's checking the score. That's Remember, you guys got to keep me honest. I can't keep track. Um I mean, I do my best. Okay, let's put it that way. I do my best to keep track, but if I click a wrong button or I miss one or I'm looking away or whatever, it happens. Keep me honest. Say effort at the bank shot. He's gonna leave. I don't want to say a great opportunity for Joe, but a look. You cut this thing in the side, that 5-8-4, obviously getting in the way of the cue ball. I do like what he's doing, just looking at all his options. Joe has slowed down a little bit. I've seen Joe where he's been a little quicker in the past. I like this version of him. Oh, look at this shot here. He's calling a two. Oh, no, he's calling a. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. He called that ball all the way. I thought it was a bit of a two-way. I thought he was going to kind of stop his cue ball, play it, bank it 2 rails, and then if he missed it, it was getting under the 8-5-4. Instead, he really drew the cue ball, and Jason was going to have a look at the one if he didn't make it either way. But that's what I initially thought he was looking at. Draw stroke, I don't know, helped him out a ton, but good speed control on the shot there. Well judged. Now Jason's going straight to the jump cue. The stream is lagging big time. I apologize to you guys. There's not much I can do on my end. It's a bullshooter's Wi-Fi. We are at the mercy of what they run here. If you find it more advantageous to go to Facebook on AZ Pool 15, and it's better over there. Sometimes one platform is better than the other. That's all I can really recommend. But from here, I mean, even if I restarted, I think we're still running on the same number. So, I apologize, but yeah, pretty good shot there from Joe. Judged it well. 5 didn't move. Keep ball coming around the table. It's worth taking a peek. I don't know if the 4 is off the rail. Joe didn't even look if the 4 was off the rail. It's worth taking a peek to see if it's frozen or not. No, they're both lagging. LOL. Yeah. I'm sorry. It it kind of shoots up and goes down, so oh yeah, I can see. Definitely slowing down a little bit. Think more bodies in the room. It's tough. Oh, that shot might work out there from Joe. Little double kiss, lots of left, goes underneath the 9. Very fortunate that he got coverage there. Fit for Jason here. He's looking at 2, maybe 3 rails at the 4. So the short, I don't want to say a shorter race to 17, but it's a race to 17. You see a lot of 21s back here. That's the only reason to mention that. Despite some people saying that the stream is slowing down a little bit, we are sitting at 70 strong. So thank you guys for bearing with us. Yeah, decent effort there. It's just really tough where Joe landed there, and they are playing 3 foul, and it's not going to come into play here. Oh, maybe it is. They are playing 3 foul, but we haven't seen it come into play once yet. And now Joe, for the first time tonight, oh, look at where this 4 ball is going to land. Wonder if there's enough room there between the rail and the 7 to shoot the 4. I think there might be, but haven't seen it come into play until now. And I'll take a quick peek at that 7, see if it moves. Willie says Justin Joe moved his coin to 13. Doesn't he have 12? I would have to peek, but I I will double check with the players here after this game. Is that your second one? Is that your second or third one? I'll try it.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? That's funny. Thank you. Yeah, a little bit of a roll there for Jason. Now, this is tough because Joe's forced to shoot away from this five. He's only got two ways to shoot it. He's choosing to shoot it up table, put the five on the. Really trying to shoot the five into congestion. Didn't get there. He wanted it kind of closer to the 9 and 10 there to make it tougher on Jason. Maybe even use the 8 balls coverage, but work there. Pretty easy one railer at this five as far as hitting it. As far as making it, it's difficult. Oh gosh, I looked away. What did he do? Kick that 5 ball in? What a shot. Everybody's people are mentioning that stream's lagging a little bit, so I was peeking at the stream. It looks good on my end, but man, what did he? Can you guys fill me in? Did he kick that 5 ball in right now? What a shot if he did. Now, big miss there from Jason. He's gonna get a roll. I don't think he is. Gonna leave that for the side. Well, Joe's either got a chance to draw straight back or maybe use the rail to get a little closer to the 9. Don't have to, but I think the closer or the fuller look you have on this 9, the easier the out. So if you can get closer, you do. I don't know if I don't know if he's cutting this the wrong way either, though. It's obviously have no judgment and angle from here. He, oh yeah, no, he had a terrible angle on that 8. He had to cut it to the left and obviously try to stop it, not move it much, or maybe even, yeah. Now what do you do? Do you slice it and run into the 10? Do you play safe under the 10? I don't like safe under the 10. It's just tough to judge, but not if you're Joe. Great shot. That's about the most productive way to play that shot right there. It doesn't get much better than that. Oh. That's a really good response there from Jason. A little 2 rails underneath and then 2 rail kick to a 2 rail bank shot up table, and now Joe's going for the straight back on the 9. This player's looking for a sweat. Oh, watch out, cue ball. This is going to give Jason an opportunity to put himself 3 away from taking this thing down. Yeah, he's going straight to the bank. Didn't really line it up. Intuitive banker that Jason is. He looks like he overcut it. Yep. This it tried to go in. But man, we got a tie ball game here. That game lasted a little bit there, right? I know the laptop I'm on, it's got a little sleep timer on and it goes to sleep after a few minutes. It's the first time it's fallen asleep all match. That's the only reason I know that one's lasted more than the others. 13 to 13. Man, what a good effort there from Jason, but I don't know if he was trying to bump the 10 on the way back up from the 9 or graze the side of it, bump it closer to the hole. Nonetheless, the real thin hit on it. The bank shot was the one that cost him there. JC says kicked it, caromed off, ball dead in the corner. Man, that's rough. That'll work. That pays to call it. You know what I've really liked about this match? We haven't seen a whole lot of three foul situations, and we haven't seen a whole lot of early tens. We've just seen straight. We've seen straight, kind of blow for blow, getting after it. Offensive play, they play safe when they're supposed to, but both players just getting after it. Or he says, "You got this, cuz." Philip says, "Bro." Oh, yeah. Hope you like a good sweat there, Philip. I don't know. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to walk off the side of the camera and see. Someone mentioned something about Joe moving his coin more than the score I have, so I'm going to check. I'll be right back. I got 13-13. If you guys got something else, let me know. May have missed something along the way, but I'll be right back. Yeah, I was right. Both players are at 13. Like I mentioned before, it looks a little unconventional the way that they're moving the coins. Just because they're going around the world and not when they got to 9, they didn't flip the coin back down table. They just kept going around. So, yeah, it looks a little strange if you're not used to seeing it, myself included. He's getting awfully close to his work there. I'm Joe. I'm Joe, and I'm looking at this. You can't see it on camera, but he can actually catch the rail. So he can shoot, he can skim the 3, catch the rail between the 3 and the 6, and get the cue ball under the 6 here. Doesn't show it on camera, but he has the angle to do it. They're asking me to watch the shot. I'll be right back. Yeah, I got a little closer. I think he did have the opportunity to hit that thinner and get under the 6. He hit that much fuller than I anticipated. I don't. Good. Oh, there it is. Oh, perfecto. Asking to put the headset on. Go ask Tim. Hey, if Tim approves, you can put the headset on. I'm not in charge of the show. Oh yeah, I get it. Do what? Yeah, probably. I've seen. I mean, I'm sure he'd be cool with it, but yeah, if you want to ask him, I don't know. Might have Perfecto jump in the booth. I don't know. He's got to ask Tim and see what Tim says. Tim's obviously runs the show around here. I come in and hang out, and I'm fortunate enough that he's given me the opportunity to sweat some good matches. Yeah, old Joe McCreary did not want to run into the 10 there. Obviously, I think he still has an edge of the 6 though. Bobby Thomas says, Philip, first one to 17, even if they change it, is that okay with you? I will pass that. If you hear that, Philip, that's what Bobby is proposing to you. Thomas says, Ford, 20-year Air Force vet, used to play Van Boning in Rapid City. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I'll tell you what, this is a huge shot here from Joe. Joe knows how much this shot means. If he can shoot this 9 without scratching, I think he can. Yeah, I think he can with a high ball. Any kind of pace brings the corner pocket into play, but just a rolling high ball or maybe bottom right, back to underneath it. That's what he's looking at here. That's okay. Just don't little bottom right, but you're going to be shooting it short side. Just like that, unless you get on that side of it and are able to shoot it in the other corner or side. Good stroke there. Sometimes that can be a little tough to judge with the pace that you play on that cue ball. Got to judge the deflection of your cue well, hitting in at that pace, and that is going to put Joe up 14-13. Man, what a sweat. I'm not even playing, I'm sweating. I love this match. I'm putting on a show for us, boys. Yeah? Oh, did you get the green light? Oh, no. Oh. Perfecto. Did you get the green light over there?
I got the green light.
Oh, look at you, man. How you doing, brother, man?
Let's see what we got here.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. If you haven't been watching, obviously you probably haven't, but I'll fill you in a little bit, Perfecto. We've had
Every kind paying attention here and there.
yeah, no, it's from what I've seen, we've had one heck of a match, man. I mean, the biggest lead we've seen, I think, was 2 games this entire match. We saw Joe get up 3-1,
Right.
and then Jason was up a couple games somewhere in the middle, like 11-9 or 12-10 or something like that, or whatever it may be. But I mean, it's been back and forth this whole entire time, and I'm here for it, dude. It's a lot of
Oh
fun.
yeah. Well, I talked to Joseph earlier, and he was like already like putting himself down before he even started.
Yep, yep.
And here he is now at 13-13. Well, players look like they're pretty focused right now.
Oh yeah, they look good out there. Willie Williams. No, that's not 15. That's 14. They're just going
Was
around.
oh, okay, I missed one. I'm sorry. My
Oh
bad.
no, they're just Willie's saying that he moved his coin to 15. It's not 15. They're going around the world instead of when you get to 9 and you move your coin back, they're actually just circling the table. So instead of it being 15, it's actually 14 as they come around this way. So
Gotcha.
so it is 14-13. The score is correct.
Okay.
But anyways, did you play in that tournament over there, Perfecto?
I did. I did.
How'd it go?
I did all right. I didn't win.
Well, that's okay.
Hey, I I got farther than Philip Solis. That's all that matters to me.
That's always a plus, man. Every day's a win when you last longer than Philip.
Exactly.
Oh, what was the
Uh-oh.
structure of that? It was a chip 9 ball?
Chip nine ball, yes.
How does that work?
Chip nine ball.
Like a
Uh,
chip tournament 9
yeah,
ball?
pretty much basic chip nine ball tournament. You scratch on the ball you shoot at, it spots up. You make the money ball, you scratch, it chips up, it spots up, sorry, and you win no money.
Yeah, I know all about that. I haven't made money playing pool in a minute, man. Pretty good at pretty good at watching it though. That's it's one of my favorite things.
Looks like Joe's gonna try to cut this ball and hopefully not scratch. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we played safety.
Yeah, it looks like he was playing safe the whole way, and it looks like
Great safety.
yeah, it looks like he got there. That didn't suck. JC said, "Well, Joe served in the military in the Philippines, playing against FNF boosted money for years." Oh gosh, here we go, JC. So
Oh, you,
somebody in the comments earlier says that Jason Ford played or was in the military. Oh yeah, well, temporarily. Yeah, JC, you're hilarious. Philip says, yeah, first to 17, good to go. There, Bobby Thomas. Kit says, what's up, Perfecto? Kid?
what's up, kid? How are you, brother? Miss you, brother. Haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time since he
I
moved
hope
up
life
north.
is good with you, dog.
Oh yeah, he was one of the. If you don't know what kind of influence Kit had on me, man, he actually ended up. He was really the reason that I'm playing pool right now, man. I played you know,
He's dangerous.
yeah, oh for sure. I was playing golf out of high school and college. That's who I was, and that's all I did. And then after a rounds of golf, we'd go to Charlie's place and drink some beer. And Kit kind of said, "Hey, you got some natural ability, kid. You should play this league." And I proceeded to just suck in league, and I hated it. And I was too competitive, so I decided I was going to try and get better and better and better at it. And after a while, I think finally ended up being relatively competitive at it. So here we are. That's a good shot there
Oh
from
yeah,
Joe.
great shot. Hey, but nobody sports a cowboy hat better than Kit.
No, you ain't wrong there.
He's a natural. But yeah, looks like an easy out for Joe.
Oh yeah, Joe's about to take a 2-game lead and be 2 away from taking this thing down here, Perfecto.
Easy money. Here we go. There we go.
Oh God. There we go. Look at this guy. Oh, oh, Philip's having a good time. He's actually right next to me right now. So Perfecto is taking over Peter Sullivan's job. That's good. Now we have 1.5 men talking.
I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see any comments.
Oh
So.
yeah. Oh yeah. Philip says he's going to the Waste Management Open. I'm gonna try, man. I'm definitely gonna try. It's becoming a lot of fun. But Joe going up 15-13 on Jason Ford.
15 to 13. Here we go, Joe.
I mentioned earlier Jason was up. Jason was up 2 games, had a chance to go up 3 games on Joe and rattled a 10 ball. And I mentioned it at the time. I said, I think this could be all the difference in this match. He had a chance to gain some momentum, gain some separation. It's been blow for blow this whole entire match. And he ended up rattling a fairly routine 10 ball that gave Joe all the confidence that he can win this thing. And it's starting to prove itself here. And with a good break here from Joe, this could be our first break and run, I think.
Joe's looking pretty confident.
Yeah, it looks good out there, man. Well, you playing tomorrow in the 1650 and under 3-man?
I actually am, sir.
Sorry to hear it.
I'm hoping that me and Peter and Philip take it down.
Yeah, yeah. Well, sounds like you guys are all playing for second place, to be honest with you. But good luck to you.
Not gonna happen, doggy.
Oh, we'll see.
It's all about first place tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see.
As long as I get home, at a decent hour tonight, we're good. Joseph's looking pretty good over here.
I think this is a breaking run, isn't it?
It's looking like it.
He's got a good chance
If
from
he,
here.
if he plays it right.
What a timely break and run this would be if he could get out from here.
It doesn't look like he's pretty straight in. He has enough to come off the last rail over here. There we go. There we go. Perfect shot.
Yeah,
Perfect
a little
shot.
inside. I wonder if he's got an angle to go forward and back.
Well, if he comes off the top rail right there,
Yeah, I
you
wasn't
got
sure
the
how straight he
perfect,
was.
perfect shot there on the 6.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh,
no!
I was about to say that could be the first break and run,
I'm sorry, the 9.
but he got a little bit of a roll here. Now Jason's got to figure out this 7.
Tough lead. Tough lead. Yeah, the follow safety. Good.
Yeah, very touchy shot. He just tried to play
Very
there, and I
touchy.
think he may have gotten it. I mean, obviously Joe can jump a little bit. I almost like jumping this ball.
Well, I've seen Justin kick before. It doesn't look like he's going for the kick shot though.
Yeah, he might be able to see a sliver of the 7.
Looks like he's gonna kick it.
Yeah, he's calling the kick. Gosh, I think you have an opportunity to win with the jump. You know, you might sell out with the kicks. I think you might as well go for the jump there, just like that. I mean, even if you jump the 7 or jump the cue ball off the table there, or don't get over the 10, I just think it's your chance of selling out without jumping that ball as close to the hole as it was too risky there. I really like the jump, unless he doesn't feel confident in his ability to jump. But we'll see. Jake's got a chance.
Jason's looking pretty confident.
It sure does. Looks good from here. Gosh, you just got to think the situation, man. You know, if he misses the shot, Joe's on the hill. You know, his heart's pumping. You know, he knows what this means. He's on string. His opponent has an opportunity to get on the hill. Got to make this one. Man, just like that.
Just
Ice
like
in his
that.
veins there, Perfecto. Good shot.
Just like that.
Yep. Bringing it within one.
See Jason play in Vegas.
Did you?
He's a really good shot. He really keeps it together.
Yeah, Jason.
When the pressure's on, he knows how to keep it under control.
Oh yeah, Jason's I've been watching him for some time, and to be honest, I'm surprised his Fargo isn't a little higher.
For sure.
He can move the cue ball a little bit, he plays smart pool. He's always he manufactures angles well. I love it.
Very confident. And when he's down, you don't give up.
All right, JC Justin is so skinny. Who's the half? Oh God, here we go. Lori says, "Woohoo! Hit, dang Ray. Y'all just let anyone watch these things, huh?"
Split it.
Nope. Hold on one second, guys. Gosh, Philip's on a roll over there, huh? What do you got going on over there?
Starting money. I didn't even know I even deserved. Well,
Oh yeah, right.
looks like he might take the 9 on this shot. He did take the 9. There you go.
I'm gonna get that mic a little closer to your mouth there, Perfecto. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That was a really good shot.
Yeah, sure was.
That was the 1 to the 9.
Reagan says, "Let's go, Dad."
Looks like a good safety behind that 2 ball here coming up.
No, no, not hey, not 1800. Shut up, dude. I'm not doing that right now, man. I will pass that shot off. God, you
Oh,
guys
he's
are
waiting for it. Okay.
Yeah, looks good from here. The 2 does pass the 10.
He's looking pretty good here to get set up for that 3 ball in that corner pocket. Do the backspin. Not too much now. There we go.
Freed up the 4, made it more playable. And a look on the 3.
You would leave.
How you doing, Perfecto? You playing a little golf lately or no?
I need to play more golf, actually.
I think that's what we all say, man.
Oh, I'm surprised he did that.
Yeah, I
He
think
stunned it. He should have come back as a little backspin there to get set up for that 4 ball, the
yeah.
corner pocket.
Yeah, he's obviously trying to cheat the rail, force his cue ball to the top rail, and come back out for the 4. Just hit it a little bit too full. It's tough, man. It's tough from where he was at.
He's looking
I'm
pretty.
surprised
He's
too.
looking pretty confident right now.
Yes, Jason. Both players definitely in stroke after playing, what is that, 29 racks? And they obviously warmed up quite a bit before this match. They're comfortable. They look good. And okay, I know this isn't an option, but how does that 410 lay? Do you kick at it if it's wired?
That's a tough.
I like running these out because I think the balls lay good enough. But I'm just saying, if that 410's wired, you might see him kick at this and swing at the combo.
Well, Joseph's that type of player that he might take this, but he shouldn't.
Oh, he definitely
It's not wired. He's got the run out if he takes the 4 in the corner and the 5 back in the
he's
opposite corner.
absolutely got the run out and the run out to
He
the
got the
right.
6 to the upside. Yep, 7. He's out if he doesn't.
The run out's the right shot, but the
He's
10
taking
ball
it.
is wired if you kick at the 4 and hit it full. That's
Yeah.
the only thing about it. Yeah, he's calling the 10.
Hey, much props to him if he does this.
Yeah, I mean, all you gotta do is hit it full.
Nope.
He did not hit it full. He came off the top
Good
side
lead though.
of it. Yeah, it is a good
Good
lead.
lead.
I still like running it out, yes.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
B, you hit that thing full, it's all gravy, baby.
I think you need to hit that a little harder.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Chan fam, how do you want to be paid?
True that. True that.
Are you forecasting that Joe wins this? We had a thing. He said a no sweat bet on my end.
We'll see.
He said you pick a horse, and if your horse wins, I'll pay you $25. But no risk to you if you lose. And I love those kind of bets. I took Joe just because Joe came up to me and said, I am gonna win this thing
See, there's
convincingly.
I see 2 options here. If he takes the 4 here off the 7, okay, he possibly scratches off the 10.
Yeah.
He should play the safety. Okay.
Yeah, trying to use the 7 or the 8 there.
I would have played. I would have played the 4 off the 7. That's just the way I play it, though.
Yeah. You're definitely a more aggressive shooter, and Joe is too. Joe is an aggressive shooter. I've seen a much more disciplined Joe today. I think the 4-digit number of putting up $1,000 is probably probably put that conservative side into him. But
he needs to play some bottom right spin to get back. He didn't do it.
He's
plays conservative.
That'll work.
Still works, yes.
Yeah. I think if he had a little bit more angle, I agree, man. He or not a little bit more, but he had options.
I think he should be out right now. The way he's playing right now,
he absolutely should be out if this 6 ball goes down. This is duck goose from him here. Perfecto.
The table's set for him right now.
I really like replacing the 7 where it's at right now, going forward 2-3 rails for the 10. I don't like a straight 8 here.
Sure.
I like you either stop it or you roll it forward an inch. That's a perfect angle. You go forward 2, 3, 4 rails for the 10. It's very natural.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
A little top right.
Yeah, he's playing.
There it is.
Yeah, that's a really good shot there.
There it is. He's stuck on that rail. Let's see what he does here.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Obviously, it's a little uncomfortable, but as many racks as he shot and as comfortable as he feels right now, you got to assume that this 10 ball is going to drop, putting him on the hill 16-14. Good shot there. Anyways, Chan fan, if it does happen, I do have Zelle. I guess I can message you my Zelle if you have Zelle. I would appreciate it. I don't know. You're the best, man.
Did we bet on this one? We didn't bet that.
We did not.
I know who it was taken, but I can't say it on the air.
Go. Yeah, no, no, Chan, if he does win, I appreciate the action. I'll shoot you my Zelle information if you have Zelle. If not, we'll figure something out. But man, I really do appreciate the opportunity put a no sweat bet
There you go.
piece of action in
There
there,
you
and
go.
you've allowed me the opportunity to do that. Can't thank you enough, my man.
A pretty good solid break there.
Yeah, sure was. From what we've seen from Jason, oh, he has Zelle and PayPal. Yeah, I'll send you my Zelle. It's just under my phone number. I'll shoot you my phone number after this if Joe wins. I don't know about that. That cue ball jumped a little. That might have been either a skid or he lowered his tip position there, but that
Well,
looked a little funny.
I'm taking the bank. 2 to the 4.
I'm
If
a
he
big
goes with a cut, he loses the rock. Nope. Almost. Gives Jason a good opportunity to run out here.
Yeah, you're slicing the 2 and the 4. You're playing the carom because if you play the carom, you might lose the
Uh,
2. But if you
well,
play the combo,
if you play the
you might lose
carom,
the cue
you
ball.
if you play the carom, you're making a 4 and a 2 ball goes up on
Jesus,
top, and you still have shape on the 2.
no, wait, I can't.
There it is, right there.
Playing the carom, looking for a look on the 2. Thank you, brother man. Appreciate you. Good gosh, I am not seriously. Okay,
There you go. This is a tough decision here. Either he takes the 3 in the corner pocket, or he play the safe.
there's no.
I would have played the safe.
Oh my gosh,
Cheers, boys.
no, no cheers. God.
Get you something.
Thank you. Yeah, they brought me a shot of tequila. Not happening today. I'm retired from tequila. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh man. So good. Oh, there it is. Sorry, guys. They brought over. Oh man. 70 active viewers. I want to thank all you guys for tuning in. I just no matter I got a forecast just in case something goes astray here for Jason. I got to forecast that. Thank you guys for tuning in and thank you.
Great
Wow.
shot.
Yeah, it sure was stopping the
That
cue
was a
ball with a
great
10.
shot.
But thank you to Bullshitters for letting us host this Friday Night Fights. Whoa, 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 no! Somebody tell him, Joe.
Somebody tell him no,
Did not
Jason.
wanna
Why'd
lose
you
on
do
that.
that?
Oh my gosh, that's not the
God,
way
I
it
wish I
was
could go tell
again.
him.
Gotta tell you, man, I just don't love that Joe didn't say
I think we've
anything.
all done it though,
I
at
know,
one time or another.
just don't
But this was not the day to do it.
yeah, I get you're competing. I get it's a lot of money. Joe, you gotta say something, man. Anyways, there it is. All right. Joe taking it down 17 to 14 perfecto. I can't tell you
Appreciate it.
enough
Hey,
how
thank
much
you
I
for
appreciate
giving
you
me the
coming in.
opportunity to come in here and vocalize with you.
Oh, dude,
Man,
how much fun was that, man?
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
what a match.
Uh,
I can't believe it came down to that. Anyways, thank you all. Thank you, bullshitters.
Thank you all. Love you all.
everyone. Sponsors, perfecto. And here we are. Your boys suck. Boys sucks.